There are 1,000 job vacancies across the education sector, but the shortage could be about to get much worse. A fast-tracked COVID residency visa for 110,000 eligible migrants opened this year, and already more than 14,000 dependent children overseas have been approved, leading to questions about who will teach them. Here's political reporter Amelia Wade with this exclusive report.
There are so few teachers, schools have started nicking them off their neighbours, creating a bit of a teacher merry-go-round.
If I take a teacher from another school, it might solve my immediate problem, but then there's still a vacancy in the school up the road.
The shortage is about as bad as it gets.
It's the most difficult we've experienced in quite some decades.
The worst in decades, and it could be about to get even worse as there are a lot more children heading for New Zealand. Before creating the R21 COVID residency visas, officials promised the infrastructure impacts of the visa applications are likely to be minor, given only a small number of offshore partners and dependents will be included. But Newshub can reveal there have already been more than 14,000 dependent children offshore approved, and 58% of those are coming from countries where English isn't an official language, meaning they may need even more support and resources.
When you're in a shortage situation, you go from bad to worse pretty quick.
There's no question, an increase in enrolments is going to put additional pressure on the school system, but it will also help to alleviate it because we're also going to be bringing in additional teachers as part of that, that increased migration.
But Immigration New Zealand has not told its education counterparts about the influx. The Education Minister confirming in a parliamentary answer neither he nor his ministry have received any correspondence of this nature.
The Education Minister had no idea that these children were coming and has not planned for it. He's got no workforce strategy, he's got no ESOL strategy.
Have you been caught unaware?
No, I don't think so. Look, the education system does adapt and cope with changes in school roll numbers.
Thousands more children will need even more teachers who are already stretched too thin.
Well, kia ora, Amelia. How many more teachers will New Zealand need to cope with this influx?
Well, Vaughan Quio says a crude calculation you can use is 25 students to every teacher. So those incoming more than 14,100 students will need more than 566 teachers, and that is on top of the shortage that we already have. What's more, the doors to regular immigration channels reopen at the end of next month, and Immigration New Zealand has admitted to Newshub there have been more dependent children than they were anticipating. So it is baffling the Education Minister doesn't seem that bothered. He hasn't been briefed, which leaves the impression the government has been left unaware and unprepared.
Amelia Wade live from Parliament. Tēnā koe.